Hey everybody, Scarf here. Dancing with uncertainty, huh? I thought about this the other day, and I was like, well, I'm finding that the more uncertainty I can live with in my life, the better quality of life that I'm having, and more opportunities to do things that I am able to embrace and learn how to do so with confidence. So I figured, no, why not give it a stab and really talk about some of the things that come to mind when it comes to uncertainty. So for me, one of them is the art of letting go. Uh, and I mean letting go. Because the need to always know the answer is something that will drive me perpetually nuts. And so I'm learning to let go and trust the process. And what happens in that instance is that when I start to let go and I release it, it's almost like you're holding on to something. Like if I pick up this pen and I hold on to it and I don't let it go. This is certainty. I can't get anything else in my life because I'm holding on to this thing. But if I let go of the pen, right, it falls like you just heard, and now I have a chance to go pick something else up, and that's kind of fear and uncertainty, certainty that kind of causes that to happen. Um, but letting go creates opportunity to open unexpected doors. And as I was talking about fear, learning to move without fear of being paralyzed by it, because fear is a dance. And it's like, if you don't dance with fear, you become paralyzed. I know I do. And so I'm learning to dance more often with fear and kind of embrace it and lean into the things that are challenging me with more confidence and more certainty. And then the other thing is like trust in the music of life. The power of intuition and alignment in uncertain times is an unbelievable thing. When I say to myself, I trust that this is going to work out. I trust that the universal intelligence, God, is going to provide me with the information that I need. When my intuition is guiding me in a direction. Today I was working on a project, and I was talking to one of my dear friends, and I said, man, I need to create a new logo. I don't like the one I got. I want to upgrade. And within like 30 seconds, they said, well, have you tried using this tool? And I said, no. And I looked at it and said, well, how do you use it? What do you say? And they said, well, tell it what kind of logo you want. And so I actually was an accident. I said what I wanted, and I added some descriptions to it, not with the intention of that becoming part of the logo. But what came back, it gave me four choices. This was in Canva. The first choice was exactly what I was looking for. The middle two choices weren't what I was looking for, and the fourth choice wasn't anything an ideal. Not instantly right there got me what I needed, and that's really the power of intuition and being in alignment. When you're not, well, I wasn't certain how I was going to do it at all, but the results came. The other thing I would like to talk about too is is building up a resilience. It's really important to be adaptable in this life because there's more than one way to get things done. There's more than one approach to to get a result, and sometimes being stuck in it can only be done this way doesn't always necessarily work. All right. I think that sometimes it's really important to look at other alternatives and try different things. I spent the weekend working on some website design. I think I must have started over like 3 or 4 times. Got to a point where I felt like truly stuck, and then I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to stick this out, and I'm going to get to where I want to go. And when I got to where I wanted to go, it actually turned out to be even better than what I had initially. So that is the power of just being adaptable, trying different ways until you find something that works. I had a situation I talked about a couple weeks ago. I have a buddy here from Texas, and he said we can't stop until we have exhausted every possibility. Once we've exhausted every possibility, then we can say, okay, it's time to move on to something else. For me, I stay. This one here is really important. Turning uncertainty into play. Like, I am always curious. right? And so curiosity can transform challenges into an adventure. So I get like really curious. Is go back to that one instance we talked about. Well, what would happen if we pulled this thing apart? And when we did pull the transmission apart, like all the gears fell out. And you want to talk about feeling like totally like freaked out. And we just looked at it and said, we can put this back together. It worked before, it can work again. And now I understand the internal components of this particular transmission, that it's not that mysterious anymore. And it was actually fun exercising putting it back together. It was like almost taking a big puzzle, a big 500-piece puzzle, dumping it on the table and say, okay, now we just got to find the edges, and then we got to work away, and then all the pieces start to fall into place. So there is transformation in being curious, and trusting that whatever information, whatever is going to be needed is going to show up. And then the other one is, my favorite one, right? Founder of the Daily Gratitude Movement, leading with gratitude. There is a level of comfort and stability that when you come from a place of gratitude, it just creates certainty in uncertain times. Saying things like, I know that there's a gift in this situation right now. Understanding that I might not understand what's happening right now, but I believe that the universe is working in my favor. That I'm grateful for this lesson, this gift of knowledge, this experience. Finding something to be grateful for about the uncertain thing or uncertain times creates a whole another level of experience. And so I highly recommend, and I always say this in my gratitude every day, because I send a list out to probably about 50 people. There's always something to be grateful for. And there's a gift in everything. There's a gift in everything. And with that mindset and that attitude, it causes me to have an experience in life that I never used to have before. So, what could I say? Right? Are you ready to dance with uncertainty? If you are, just drop a comment in there and tell me what uncertainty means to you and how are you going to embrace it and go out and live your life. So have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another wonderful time. Take care, everybody.